These Rangers are some hard-blooded folk. They ain't afraid of anything.
Experiencing high grav feels exactly like walking through maple syrup.
What's the story on Montero Luna?
That call we got from Wagoner Farm turned out to be a little more interesting than I was expecting. Some men were trying to run the Wagoners off their land. They tried to buy it first, but when that didn't work, they turned to threats. We confronted them, and unfortunately, it came to violence. None of them survived.
You helped someone in need and came back alive. That's a job well done. For the time being, yes, but you could still be in danger. That's why we need to fill in some blanks. What did you make of these men who were trying to take the farm? If that's true, then someone must have hired them. Now, did you find anything that might give us a lead on why these men wanted the farm? All right. Says here the thief had help from someone inside Hope Tech. Ain't much to go on.
There's something else. They were dressed in Freestar militia uniforms. The unit badge was yellow on black with the number 1. Didn't you fight in the Colony War, Marshal? That sound familiar at all?
The 1st Cavalry. I was in that unit for a while. But it was disbanded decades ago. After the Battle of Nera. What was left of it, anyway. Hell, it's our only lead. The Hope Tech factory is in Hope Town on Polvo. Nia Kalu's our ranger stationed out there. She can introduce you to Ron Hope, the president of Hope Tech. He might be able to help you find the thief. Just make sure you stay on his good side. He's on the Council of Governors, and they're the ones we... Good. The last thing I need... This is your assignment now, Deputy. Work with the other Rangers. Find out what you can about those men. Meantime, I'll... Good hunting.
Nicely done.
Hey there.
The mayor's all right. Always. It's painting too rosy a picture, though.
You're listening to SSNN.
Captain on deck. We have victory.
Orbital pattern locked in.
Mayday! This is Freestar Ranger Nia Kalu. If anyone is hearing, system's failing. Need help. I repeat, need help. This is Freestar Space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband. And that's it. You're cleared to land at Hopetown.
Please tell me you're here to help, not to try and steal my ship. You need my help. I'd laugh if it didn't hurt so much. I was tracking a crew of outlaws that's been preying on merchant ships. Bastards got the drop on me. I ran them off, but they got a few good hits in. As you can see, I ain't in much shape to make repairs. Just patch her up enough to get to Hopetown. The rest can get fixed up there. Thanks. I owe you one.
We're happy to help.
Thanks. That should get me home. You're right. They were pretty beat up, so I don't think they got real far. But if they make it back to their hideout, I might never find them. We can't let that happen.
They look to be heading for Polvo's moon Miatha.
Good hunt.
Recycled air. Just isn't the same as the real thing.
It's a great day in the space lanes, huh?
All green on release. We're free to fly.
current course while we scan your ship. All right, we're done. Walk.
While we're here, we should swing by Hope Tech Star Yard and see if they have anything interesting for sale.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Excuse me! A little desperate here.
I remember meeting Ron Hope once.
All right, Adela.
Idealistic and perhaps a
breath.
bit of a dreamer. But you have to admire what he's accomplished.
God. I'm just great. When I signed on to be a freight captain, I was expecting long hours, and now I'm a hair away from being executed. Oh. Where to start? So, I fly a rust bucket called the Markab for a small shipping line. It just started, really. We do bulk shipping, boring stuff like actuators and seed stock, and minerals. Have you ever had a standard, boring job just blow up in your face? You get it then. So I just got assigned to the Markab. The first shipment? Slag steel. Nothing special. As soon as I left Neon and got scanned, things got crazy. Spacers, Freestar security, the works. Everyone demanding I power down, hand over the contraband, or sometimes just firing first. I skipped the system, ditched the cargo, and have been running ever since. It gets even worse. A tracker just landed, and I just know he's hunting a bounty. Me. But the trick is, everyone knows the ship. But my info isn't in the database yet. All they got is my last name, Fahim. So if you go into the pit stop and claim you're Captain Fahim of the Markab, maybe you can deal with the tracker? You are the... He's the one with the cowboy hat. Just stay safe. Thank you.
Hello. Keep an eye on your valuables, if you can't protect your own.
You made it. Those outlaws didn't give you too much trouble, I trust? Good. I'm sure it didn't hurt that I softened them up for you. You've got good timing. A courier just came in from Aquila. The Marshal sends his regards along with a briefing on your case. I was surprised as hell to learn about the starship theft. Nobody said a word to me about it. Anyway, Mr. Hope can see us whenever you're ready. If you need to take a little time first, feel free. His office is upstairs. He's in a meeting, but it should be wrapping up. Come on.
Ron Hope certainly embodies the saying, spared no expense.
I'm guessing the Marshal already told you this, but I'll say it anyway. Ron Hope isn't just the founder and president of Hope Tech. He's on the Council of Governors. The Council oversees the Freestar Rangers, so don't rile him up. I've spent a long time trying to build a good relationship with Hope. He comes on a little strong, but there's a lot to admire about the man. Everything you see around you, he built. Pretty much everyone in this town owes him for their livelihood. Can't begin to imagine the kind of pressure that must put on someone. All I'm saying is, try to show a little respect to it. All the way up. Is it just me, or does every executive in the settled systems have an office on the top floor? I guess being above everyone makes them feel like they're, well, above everyone.
As for parts,
We'd be
we
dust
try
except for the
outsourcing.
factory.
Do a contract with scavengers, maybe, but that's a decision that's got to be made upstairs.
Talk to Elaine about the scavengers. It's not a bad idea, provided we get a good deal. And I don't mean a fair deal. I mean a good deal. Remember, it's not just our bottom line that matters. We're also responsible for the welfare of everyone in the factory. We look out for our people here, Bridget. That's a point of great personal pride.
Excuse me, Mr. Hope?
Well now, the Free Star Rangers. At last! Damn, good to see you, Mia. I think we're done here, Bridget.
Yes, sir.
This is the deputy I told you about.
Splendid. Splendid! It's a noble calling, being a Free Star Ranger. We certainly could use more of you. Let's get down to it, shall we? Time is money. I'm sure I don't have to tell you what an outrage it is to have a ship stolen right out of the factory. Justice must be done, and the sooner the better. That's good news. I'll send my people over to bring it home. Of course, that doesn't mean your work is done. I want the thief found and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I'm sure I don't need to remind you of my position on the Council of Governors. I'm glad we understand each other.
I'm not certain why you choose to back this Free Star elitist snob, but that's your choice. I'll back your play, but I don't have to like it.
Now, tell me that you've at least got a lead of some kind. Though what happened after the ship was taken doesn't concern me. What does concern me is making sure that this doesn't happen again. Well, I'm not sure I can be much help, but I'll answer whatever questions I can. Back to work. I'm sure I don't have... Promises. Our meaning. I want the thief found and prosecuted to the full I'm sure I don't need to remind you. Then, now, tell me that you've at least got... Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Sadly, there's no lack of mercenaries in the settled system. I suppose the chance to cut costs by stealing a ship was too good to pass up. Well, I'm not sure I can be much help. No, nothing at all. It was just a standard Hope Tech cargo hauler. Not that it didn't have great value, mind you. Hope Tech builds some of the most durable and reliable starships in the settled system. Now, you can bet my ships last twice as long as anything Stroud Eklund. We questioned everyone who was in the building when it happened, and not one person seems to have seen anything at all. Frankly, I think that's both highly unlikely and more than a little suspicious. However, I can't deny there are times when the hangar is empty, so it's not inconceivable the thief could have... What? We vet our people thoroughly here. Hope Tech holds its employees to the very highest standards. Nevertheless, I suppose I could have Cosette conduct a thorough personnel review. Very well. I need you to understand something, Deputy. This town is home to men, women, and children who depend on you. I provide jobs that put food on their tables and a roof over. If word gets out about the stolen ship, my investors will...
Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm sure the burden of responsibility for your workers isn't... But the deputy has responsibility.
Despite what you think, I have great respect for the badge and the difficult job. But my primary concern is for the wealth. I'm glad we...
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Hope, but there's been a development.
Not now, Cosette. I'm in the middle of something.
I've just received a report that the stolen ship was seen landing at Neon just after the theft.
A breakthrough at last. Well, Deputy, it sounds like you'll be heading to Neon, which means I can get back to work. Remember what we discussed. My people are depending on you.
Hey, can I get a word?
Boss lady wants to know if we have to start from scratch.
That wasn't as helpful as it could have been. Still, at least you know where to pick up the trail. Let's hope. So, guess you're headed for Neon. There's a ranger stationed there. Name's Jalen Price. He's a little different than the rest of us. But Neon's a different kind of place. He should be able to help you out. Well, we've both got work to do. It was good to meet you, Deputy. Thanks. No problem. Good luck.
If you're waiting on approvals, take it up with Galbank.
Off-movers.